Hey, I'm Chef Aaron Fish, and this is Fish Food, where we make tasty, approachable snacks. And today, I'm making my own riff on Eggs Benedict with Isaac Toop's Fryclone. Step one, we're gonna make our hollandaise. So I got 2 sticks of butter in a pot. Let's throw it on the stove. All right, while we're getting this melted, let's get our poaching liquid started. So I got a pot, hot water, some distilled white vinegar, and I like to throw salt in my poaching liquid. I used to work for a chef. He said, if it doesn't taste like the ocean, it ain't right. No, I don't think it needs to taste like the ocean. A little bit of salt. All right, so we've got our butter melting. We've got our poaching liquid going. Let's finish our base for our hollandaise. So we're gonna take a couple eggs. We're gonna crack them. There's 2 ways you can separate the yolks. That's easy. You can try to use the shells. It's a little more professional technique. If you can do it without breaking the yolk. Or you can go with the good old-fashioned, use your fingers. My yolks are breaking a little bit, so we just have to be real careful. A little white in there is not gonna kill it. All right, a little bit of lemon juice. And we're gonna add more if we need to. I'm just gonna put a little squeeze in there. We're gonna put my favorite ingredient, and also my chef from Gilded Unicorn. She loves this in hollandaise. It's a little Worcestershire, however you wanna say it. A little dash. And of course, we can't forget the Fryclone. A little sprinkle of that. The Fryclone has some vinegar and horseradish in there. It's gonna lend itself to that hollandaise really good. All right, so our butter's boiling. This is our next step. So we've got it simmering here. We're gonna go throw it right into this guy. We're gonna take it over here. We want it to be hot, okay? Now, when you're making hollandaise, you want the butter hot so that it helps not only emulsify into the egg, but it cooks it a little bit too. And that's what makes it really thick and creamy and rich and delicious. So, if you can't whisk and do that at the same time, that's okay. Here's another little technique. You pour a little bit in right there and just kind of whisk on one side and bring it in. You can make this in a food processor. That makes it a lot easier. But the trick is just a little bit at a time. You can see I still have some butter over here. I'm just kind of working it in. And that's what helps it from breaking. And you will know if it's broken, if it's extremely thin and the butter separates out of it. So let's hope I don't screw it up, huh? All right, so we got it all emulsified. We're gonna go ahead and give it a taste. All right, always taste your food, right? We need a little bit more of this. One more, a little salt, and I say a little more acid. Even though there's some vinegar powder in Isaac Toop's blend, get a little more acid in there just to make the sauce pop. Let's see. Yeah, right there. All right, so our sauce is done. We're gonna start building the rest of the ingredients, but to keep it warm, I've got my oven on because we're gonna roast some brisket, but we're just gonna set it on top and let like there's residual heat from the oven to kind of keep it warm. So, did I say brisket? Yes, I did. All right, so we're gonna heat this up. If I already pre-cooked it, so it's ready to go. Chilled it down, cut it up into some fun pieces. If you want a really good recipe, you gotta check out Chef Tony's video on Spiceology. We'll put the link down in the description. So it's already pretty fatty, but I'm gonna add just a little bit more oil to it. I want it to get nice and caramelized when I go to roast it. So we're just gonna toss it gently, pre-greased sheet pan. I'm gonna spread it out. I don't want it to stick to the foil. Now, a lot of times I like to cook without foil or a liner to get that caramelization, but this is not one of those times. I got my oven set to very hot, and we're gonna go ahead and throw it in. Next step is we're gonna toast up the bread. Now, I don't have English muffins today. I'm using some cornbread I baked off. And I'm gonna butter toast them in a pan, kind of like you're making a grilled cheese. So I went ahead, I kind of cut them up into some fun pieces. I've got some butter in here, a splish of canola oil, and we're gonna put it on the range, get it nice and melted, and start butter toasting these. Butter is popping, and I've got this on medium heat. I'm gonna go ahead and just pop these in here. And yeah, it seems like a lot of fat in there. The cornbread's gonna soak it up, and it's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and just flip these guys and get some nice caramelization. We don't really want them to dry out in the oven. That's not gonna be as tasty. But look at that. Look at that caramelization. Looks nice. It's gonna be delicious. All right, let's give these guys a flip. That's perfect. We're looking for just a nice little toast on them. I mean, take them as far as you like. If you don't want to make cornbread, you can totally use English muffins or some sourdough toast or something. But I think this is going to play really well with the brisket. Oop. Oh, yeah. All right, so we got these eggs. We're going to poach them. Well, this is finishing toasting. Now, this dish is all about timing. So I've got my poaching liquid going. Remember, we got the water with the vinegar, a little bit of salt. Tastes sort of like the ocean. We're going to crack that right in there. All right. Now I like to give my bath a little stir right when I crack them in there. That helps them from sticking to the bottom. If you look in there, you see them kind of swirling. Okay, these are looking beautiful. We're just gonna go ahead and pull them off. All right, we've got all our components ready. Let's plate our dish up. So, I'm gonna put some of these down. Put some brisket on it. We're gonna put our poached eggs on there. Put some sauce on there. We like a lot of sauce, so we're gonna put extra. And then I went ahead and made this quick little herb salad. It's got some parsley, some cilantro, some green onions, and a little bit of shallots in there. And we're gonna go ahead and put this on there. It's gonna add just a little fresh element to it. All right, we are done. Now we get to get into this. I'm excited. Eggs Benedict is probably one of my favorite dishes. Let's get into this egg. Oh, just squirt it out the back. Maybe this egg. Okay, so a little bit of egg, some brisket, a little herb on the toast. Hold on, I gotta go for one more. Got creaminess from the yolk. Cornbread has a fun textural element. The brisket's like fatty and crispy. Not hollandaise, man. That horseradish kicks through. This stuff was made for fry seasoning, but I think it was meant to be in some hollandaise. And that is delicious fish food.